Dear families, how are you? My name is Anthony Carranza, and I will be your child's first grade teacher. I can say that I'm beyond excited to start a new school year, and I look forward to working in support of your child throughout the year. I'm also eager to watch them grow and learn. I'm thrilled to get to be part of this process. Together, we can support your child's achievements, challenge him or her, expand the kinds of learning he or she will be offered, and we will celebrate their success. I've taken the liberty and esteemed opportunity to prepare what we'll be working on through a quick PowerPoint slide, and I'll highlight what that process will look like for first grade. Here we go. So welcome to first grade once again. As part of our language arts objective, which are part of the Minnesota standards, we'll be working on their phonemic awareness. Specifically under the language arts Minnesota standards, we'll be working on the goal, which is to demonstrate understanding of spoken words, syllables, and sounds, phonemes. What does this look like? Below, distinguish long from short vowel sounds in spoken single-syllable words. Also, orally produce single-syllable words by blending sounds, phonemes, including consonant blends. We'll also look at isolating and pronouncing initial, medial, vowel, and final sounds. Phonemes in spoken single-syllable words. There's a little bit of jargon, but the next slides will explain what they can do, what they will be able to do. So what students can do, they'll be able to hear and say those long and short vowels. They'll hear and say the beginning sound of a word. They'll hear and say the ending sound of a word. And in the next slides, I've prepared a list of activities, which will be songs, games, which will be tailored towards the multiple intelligence, so not one student learns the same way. So here's the list, and here are the videos that will support those language arts goals.
Do you know your short vowels? Let's listen and repeat. Ant, ant, bag, bag, cat, cat, man, man, egg. Do you know? Oh, now vowels have two sounds each, but they don't sound the same. One is short, yeah, real short.
So as you can see in those activities, they'll be looking at the short vowels. Then we'll be looking at learning the long and short. And there's also a game that I've prepared that's called Surfing Back to School. I've actually provided a walkthrough as a PDF. So essentially, it'll be a game where they need to recognize these skills. Feeling crabby. So as you can see here, there's a start and there's an end. And in the next subsequent slides, there'll be words that will be presented with the image, and our students have to essentially put it together to form the word, like USN and then sun, TCA, cat, GDO, dog. So when they get it right, they'll be able to approach the end, and whoever does it correctly wins the game. So that's just one example of a game to reinforce the concept. And I'll go back to the slide. Here's another one that's the beginning letter. which goes back to our language arts goal. So here, they'll shuffle the cards, turn them face down. Each player will turn a card and move the playing piece next to the space on the board that corresponds to the beginning letter of the picture. The winner's the first to arrive at the end. It's kind of the same concept as the previous slide I showed. So here, instead of seeing how they're spelled out here, they're going to have to actually reproduce the name of the picture. So fish, cow, dog, etc. And now we'll go back to the slide. Now, as far as that was the phonemic, now we're going to be also looking at the language arts goals for phonics and word recognition. So the language art Minnesota standard goal is know and apply grade level phonics and word analysis skills in decoding words. That looks like knowing the spelling sounds correspondence for common consonant digraphs and initial and final consonant blends. Also, they'll decode regularly spelled one single syllable words. And finally, know the final E and common vowel team conventions for representing long vowel sounds. And here are the list of activities as well that will support what your students can do, which will be knowing the spelling sound correspondence for common consonant digraphs, decode regularly spelled one single syllable words, know the final E and common vowel team conventions for representing long vowel sounds. So this is what they can do. The next slide is the activities. I apologize for jumping the gun a little bit too quick. So here's the Digraph Song. This is what we'll be working on. And again, we'll be using a lot of movement, a lot of songs, a lot of variety and activities so we can really engage those language standards and your students' development.
A digraph is when two consonants come together in a word and the letters stand for one sound, as in CH, ch, chicken, or SH, sh, sheep. Digraphs can be found at the beginning, the middle, or at the end of a word. This is the Digraph Song, so sing along, long, long, just me and you, until we're through.
So that's an example of the Digraph Song, and then it provides specific words that basically address this language art standard.
Magic E. Before we learn about Magic E, let us look at the following words. C-A-N, can. Here, C is a consonant. A is a vowel. N is a consonant.
So this video goes into great detail about consonant, vowel, consonants. And here's another activity that I will be integrating into our classroom.
And do you know what I use my tambourine for? I use it to count out the beats I hear in names. Listen to how I count the beats in my name. This is 10, go. I hear 4 beats in my name.
So that activity is also important in first grade, learning to recognize the number of beats that each word has. So everything comes together. And then there's a Scavenger Hunt. And this will walk you through what this consists of. So essentially here, the consonant blend scavenger hunt. For this activity, they'll need a pencil, bag or basket, and index cards. So this activity is basically tailored to recognizing those consonant blends, as you can see there, and then your child will have to make the sound blend as part of the scavenger hunt. Okay, moving on to our next portion of the presentation. Here, we'll also have these activities for support for encoding and decoding. So essentially, the student will blend sounds of letters to make words. And this activity is basically going to reinforce what each of the different activities is going to accomplish to meet that language art goal. And finally, these activities for support, this phonics, onset and rhyme is what it's called. Here, what it'll show the students is we'll break the words up into onset and rhymes. And as you can see here, like the word gap, g, ap, it'll show basically the breakdown of the word into parts. To look at how to say the onset, the rhyme, the blend, and how to read the word orally. And let's go back to the slide once more. And our daily 5, basically this is what our weekly schedule will look like. So Mondays it'll be read to self. Tuesdays would be work on writing, listen to reading, read to someone, and word work. And as part of the reading task, we'll be looking at leveled thematic reading incorporated in all reading and writing activities. Students progress reading levels as they master reading and writing skills. As part of our writing support, we'll look at starts with guided reading, labeling. Writing will be words and phrases. It's spontaneous. Later, it's independent writing, sentences, journal writing, and descriptive and informative writing. So that was basically our walkthrough of what our school year will look like in first grade. Should you have any questions, please feel free to send your questions, comments, and concerns to the email or the phone number provided. And I look forward to seeing you in the classroom and in conferences. And thanks for watching. Till our next rendezvous. Bye.